A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. My name is Matt, aka Road Jedi 88. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below, and let's continue. May the Fourth be with us. So, we're going to get back in the game. Merchant Row. Chapter 1, Dead or Alive, MEEKO, Merchant Row. A maze of streets and alleys surrounds the fighting arena. Merchants trade their wares, mercenaries scout for jobs, and everyone else merely tries to make their way in the universe. Press any button.
Where's MEEKO?
You're a bounty hunter. For a little money, maybe I can take you to him.
Take me and maybe I won't blast you.
Okay. Easy. I'll do it, but they'll kill me if they see me bringing you along. Maybe if you follow behind, keep your distance.
So, you gotta follow this guy. You gotta make sure you're staying on him. We don't need him thinking he's off the hook. You get too far behind, he stops moving. You get too close, he stops moving. Medium distance. Right here at this first intersection, we're gonna stop though. We're gonna pull out our bounty HUD and look up this protocol droid. What could a protocol droid have done that would possibly get a bounty put on him? Even 3PO wouldn't do that. So, wanted dead or alive, TC90, alive, 2,500 credits, dead, 1,250 credits. Species, protocol droid, sex, unknown. They're genderless, although there seems to be a difference between C-3PO having a male voice and TC-14 and the Phantom Menace having a female voice. So, known affiliates, linguists, and other protocol droids. Last known location, Outland Station Spaceport. Brief, this wayward droid contains highly sensitive information concerning the personal affairs on the an unnamed politician. Return or destroy. Originator, Senatorial Guard, Special Branch. Well, that's not good. He's off on the loose with sensitive information. So we are going to mark him and capture this little snitch. And as a Texan that I am, I'm going to wrangle him up. And I'm going to stick a whole protocol droid in my back pocket. I mean, we did it with a pig earlier, so why not? And once we've gotten the narking protocol droid, we're going to go back to our follower. Trail behind him.
I told you I'd help.
Yeah. You were probably left out to be on the lookout. We just got lucky to have the jump on you. Keep moving. And I say what I just said because of what happens next. He took us to him.
Triple pay to the one who kills that bounty hunter.
I would say that must be everything he won from cheating in that beast fight, but even the commentators and everyone else saw he was cheating. I'd be surprised they even paid up to him. Triple pay. Anyways, we got a room full of MEEKO's buddies just opening fire on us. So, return the favor. Fire right back at them. return the grace. The grace, their concept of golden rule, just return the favor. The irony that we picked up a snitch bounty only to be burned by a snitch. Anyways, we're gonna come on into this room, we're gonna work our way up and continue following MEEKO. We had to take out his associates along the way. And you can test out stuff. I was actually having a controller disorientation issues because every time I kept trying to press the screenshot or to record the 30-second increments that I'm doing this to get it off my Switch, I kept hitting other buttons somehow. Anyways, cut through this little fencing here. Anyone who's left over that you might not have been able to kill from down below, take them out. We'll come on down here. There is a health pack right back here if you need it. I want to come out here and we have a new bounty. Just around the corner out here, but I'm going to take out this grand. You never should have loved Malistaire. Open the door. And we are going to have a horde of MEEKO's buddies shooting at us again. But just to the left, this Ugnaught. So, let's read what he's about. Dead or alive, on a crop, Cassine. Betting I butchered that. He's wanted alive for 1,500 credits. Dead, 750 credits. Species, Ugnaught. Male, or sex, male. Known affiliates, Code Breaker, Galactic Pod Racing Mechanics, Union. So he's a pod racing mechanic union, okay. Last known location, Outland Station. Brief. Subject has detailed knowledge of Trade Federation encryption codes and is an expert at forged identities. Originator of Trade Federation Recruitment Center. And for the fandom fun facts, Ugnaughts, which is what Quill and Mandalorian was, the guys on Bespin, Cloud City, and The Emperor Strikes Back were, they largely live around desert, so, places like Tatooine would make more sense, or wastelands. Point of origin, Gentes, would be the planet Gentes, is their homeworld. Rope up the Ugnaught and capture him. We have a lot of street fighters here. Enjoy, but watch out for civilians. There are civilians in the street. You do get counted against if you kill innocent civilians. So keep an eye out for them. We are a bounty hunter, not murderers. There's guys all up and down the street and on the second tiers. Kind of feels a little bit like Coruscant. Now, as someone who has followed a lot of Star Wars before Disney, this Rodian being in the dumpster just literally brings to mind Greedo's backstory, and Greedo's backstory is not a pretty one. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna read this. Jeez, hold on. There we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if anyone ever catches the backstory for Greedo, it is he's actually got a pretty sad backstory life. It kind of makes it hard to actually not respond to Han shooting Greedo was easy nonchalant. Anyways, wanted dead or alive. And Yeez. Alive, 1,500 credits. Dead, 750 credits. Species grand, sex male, known affiliates, assassins, weapons dealers. Well, no crap, look at what we're in the middle of. Last known location, Groma's. Brief subject is a rogue assassin with credentials as a sharpshooter. And that's why he's down in the trench? Okay. Sewage trench. Originated Republic Security Force. So this guy does sound like kind of a lethal fear for the Republic. So we're gonna mark him, tie him up, stick him in our back pocket with the others. And we gotta get out of this sewer. So we're gonna work our way up, cut open this sewage vent, and up the ladder. A couple guys up here trying to sneak up on us. Watch out. And then we gotta jump down this other drainage pipe. So jump down, or slide down. More guys. Surprise, surprise. You know, for a guy that he's actually got the bounty on his head, whereas I don't, he's offering triple pay for a 0 bounty mark on me. He's got a lot of friends willing to not turn him in. So, you can actually save this for on our way back, because ironically, this mission, we kind of go, we basically circle the map, in a sense. If you can't get up here, you can catch it on the way back. But I remember 15 years ago when I last played this game, I had a thing for getting up that little steam pipe. I'm assuming that's what that is, considering all the steam around here. Some kind of steam, hot water pipe maybe, I don't know. I was having trouble getting up here. If you need, there are different jumping tactics to try out, to test yourself out on. If you need a little time to, test your side jumps, your flip jumps, various things like that, probably wouldn't hurt. But I wanted to get up here because there is a grand bounty. Wanted dead or alive. Ninopas Orok. Oh, I almost went Spanish on that one. Orok. Yeah, I do live in Texas, next door neighbors Mexico, a lot of Spanish influence around here. Anyways, alive, 2,000 credits. Dead, 1,000 credits. Species grand, sex male, known affiliates. Bantladesh, I have no idea who the hell that is. Last known location, brief. Disrupted Senate briefing by smearing Cornesian wax across the base of several hover platforms. That doesn't sound good. I don't even know what Cornesian wax is, but it obviously pissed a lot of senators off. Resulted in the injury of 3 senators. See? Originated Coruscant Police. And while this place, like I said, kind of feels like the surface level of Coruscant, I don't think that's where we are. Well, the opening scene to Chapter 1 in the last mission, obviously, gave that away. So, but we're going to wrangle this guy up and mark him, wrangle him, and stick him in our wallet with the others. And we just kidnapped another one of them, sitting in our wallet with the others. We got a fat wallet at this point. Between a Gamorrean pig and a particle droid, animal cruelty pig and a Narcan particle droid and all the others that we got along with them. We got a Senate Chamber Saboteur. The crimes you come across are just endless. But you know, as someone who worked as a corrections officer, I tell you what, some of the briefings I've read through, geez, there's things I don't want to get out of my head. I'm gonna step back inside for a minute here, trying to give myself some distance so I don't spook anyone yet. But I'm gonna snag this bounty hunter, or this bounty. It is Babat Bika, wanted dead or alive, alive for 2,000 credits, dead for 1,000 credits. He is Klatooinian. They are from the planet Klatooine, and I don't know if, I'm guessing it is within the outer rim near Tatooine. There's another planet known as Dantooine that Leia tries pawning off to Grand Moff Tarkin about where the rebels were hidden. And Grand Moff Tarkin's not wrong. Dantooine is way too remote. It's not even near where they were either. It would have sent them in the complete opposite direction if you look at the star chart. Let me back. Okay, so he is a male Klatooinian, affiliated with Pitsa and Lizzie. Last known location here, where we are, Outland Station. Brief painted rebel slayings across the ends of our transport vessels. Keep in mind, this is not the same rebels that you might be thinking of, because this is long before the Empire. This is even before the Separatists. Palpatine is just barely starting to make a move with his moves. Right now, Palpatine is senator of Naboo. He hasn't even tried to get nominated as chancellor. He's preparing to send the trade federations out to Naboo, in fact, about this time. So you got to keep in mind, this is taking place before Jango was given the contract, or offered the contract to allow himself to be cloned. What they told Obi-Wan, it took 10 years to fully grow them. 10 years from the Phantom Menace 10 years from Attack of the Clones was the Phantom Menace. Anakin's still a slave right now. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan haven't even gotten the distress call yet to Naboo. In fact, the book series, Star Wars Jedi Apprentice, is what would be kind of going on. Really, probably book 19 or book 20 would be my guess of the timeline range of when this bounty hunter game event is taking place. The Jedi Apprentice was basically Qui-Gon or Yoda pushing Obi-Wan, who was about to be expelled from the Jedi Order, for reaching an age of not having a Jedi Master yet, because he was still training with the younglings without a Master. In the Jedi Order code, you have to have a Master, I think, by the age of 10, I think it was. And Obi-Wan had already kind of exceeded that. They kind of extended his allowance to stay. Qui-Gon did not want a Padawan. The Jedi Apprentice book series is Qui-Gon reluctantly training Obi-Wan as his Padawan. Book 19 and book 20, I'm guessing, would be about the timeline that this is happening. Basically what the only other thing you can backtrack to see what all is going on in this timeline. So Rebel, this is going to be a different form of Rebel. This is probably like some local Rebel trouble, you know, it's just some street thing. Originator, Rosetta Outland Station Administrator. So this artist is guilty of graffitiing government property. And they want him alive for 2,000 credits or dead 1,000 credits. Now there is another bounty in this area. He is a Rhodian up on another roof. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim tree. This bounty is Gabo Tachis, wanted dead or alive for 4,000 credits, dead 2,000 credits. Species Rhodian, sex male, known affiliates numerous. Last known location, spaceports along core trade routes. Brief subject wanted by Hut crime syndicates for reasons unknown. Originator Jabba the Hutt. And it's interesting, Jabba the Hutt is wanting this Rhodian because he owned a Rhodian family. And this is about the timeline Anakin is still a slave. This is just before the contract was made between Count Dooku and Jango Fett to do the cloning. So Anakin Skywalker is living in the slave quarters right now with a Rhodian friend by the name of Greedo. So I find that kind of interesting. And kind of the sad truth here is when Anakin was, there's a deleted cutscene in The Phantom Menace where Greedo accuses Anakin of having cheated in the pod race. And they kind of get in a little bit of a fist fight with each other. This is even in the book, The Phantom Menace as well. Greedo, one of the things that makes this story really sad is that no matter what he does to try to prove his worth so that he could be freed, he was never given it. In fact, he dies a slave. Han killed him as a slave. Jabba sent Greedo with that bounty on Han for a bad smuggling situation where Han had to dump his cargo just prior to A New Hope. In fact, him and Chewbacca were kind of hiding out in this Mos Eisley Cantina trying to figure out how they were going to confront Jabba about this. They were trying to organize themselves because they just got back from a bad smuggle situation. And Greedo was one of Jabba's slaves. He also operated as a bounty hunter, but locally. He was never allowed to leave Tatooine. And I believe somewhere in the agreement was that if he were to get Han Solo, Jabba might consider freeing him or expanding his contract so he could test out bounty work off-world. But unfortunately, we all saw what happened in New Hope. Han greased him. In fact, the book Star Wars Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina gives the sideline characters' perspective of what they witnessed when Han shot Greedo. Some of the people knew who Greedo was. They also knew what his interest was. You can read the Han shooting Greedo scene in this book coming from the perspective of witnesses. I've seen movie reactors to A New Hope kind of laugh at how everyone was just kind of sitting chilled in this cantina after someone got the arm chopped off by Obi-Wan, and then Greedo gets shot by Han, and it seems like nobody cared. This book begs to differ. People did care. It's easy to jump right in the assumption that Greedo was just pure bad guy. But if you were to come across any backstories about Greedo, honestly, me personally, I actually kind of feel bad for him. Not that I wanted him to kill Han or turn Han into Jabba. I didn't want that either, but Greedo was just simply trying to get his freedom. That's all he was trying to do. He lives his whole life envious of others. And no matter what he tries to do to be able to have what others have, he basically was robbed of it his whole life. That's basically Greedo's backstory. Think about it too. Greedo lost one of his best friends for winning his freedom at a pod race. Greedo and Anakin were best friends as slaves at one time, and he lost his best friend who was able to win his own freedom through his own talent. And this is something that Greedo always struggled with. So, moving forward, we're going to jump down here and we're going to take out all the little buddies that are down below. Bear in mind, it is possible for the Rodian and the Klatooinian bounties to jump off the roof and end up down here with us. So keep an eye out in case that does happen to you. Secondly, keep an eye out for, because you do get counted against it, there are innocent bystanders down here in this massive crossfire. Try not to shoot them. I'm double checking, make sure my bounties are really are where the cursor indicators are suggesting they're at. Make sure they're up on the roof and not somehow falling. Just double checking myself. And when we get down to this area, I'm gonna come down into this doorway, down this hall, get my checkpoint. And we got a little alleyway to clear up. Again, watch out for the innocent bystanders. Try to do them the favor and have your enemies, draw your enemies to you if the bystanders are trying to run away from the fire. Take advantage of the fact they're running in the opposite direction. If you're able to, try to draw the enemies towards you. And to answer a rhetorical question, how do you know if someone's a friend or foe? If they're shooting at you, they are not friendly. So we're gonna go through this little sewage duct here, whatever, drainage duct, I'm guessing. We gotta get on the other side of this door.
Nah. I'll accept 500, no less.
500 for a used delivery speeder? You're crazy. It's not worth more than 250.
It's in great shape, runs like new. It's an SP3 for crying out loud. Think of how much you could haul with it.
All right, look, I can offer 300. But that's it.
350.
All right, 350. Hey! Somebody's stealing my speeder! Somebody back!
You bought it, pal. It's your problem now. Maybe you could go after him with this jetpack. I'll make you a deal.
I don't have any money left.
How about you? Interested in a jetpack? Barely a scratch on it. It'll look great with that battle armor. The same color, even.
I'll take that off your hands.
How much you offering?
Your life.
Hey, I just found the thing. Don't shoot me. Take it.
Just found it, huh?
Hiding somewhere in Merchant's Row, and
Convenient,
that's
because it looks just like it belonged to his armor. Curious as to where he found it. Anyways, we're gonna cross the rooftops. And there is our gold feather token right in this area. We want to get as high up as we can. We want to jet thrust high and make sure we get it. You might run the jet thrusters as you come down so you don't land on the ground so hard. We're gonna come back across here, and there is another bounty we need to mark. Once again, my apologies for scene distortion. The way I have to edit this from the way I have to stream it up. And the reason why this edit is being put in place of what was just now happening is because I actually missed one bounty here. I will return us back to the original gameplay, the first run through, because I had gotten all 9 of the 10 bounty hunters. My 10th one was right in this area. So I'm gonna go ahead and show the 2 bounties that are right here in this spot instead of just the one that I did capture, because I overlooked one. He was hidden just around the corner here from the start, which made it easy once I got over there to hogtie and capture the grand bounty. The Clanturian that's gonna be around that corner. He's gonna come around. Yeah, depending on how the guys are scrambling up and running around. The first run through I had, the Grand was up front and the Clanturian was hidden in the back. The second go around, it actually was flipped. It went the other way. The Clanturian was in the front and the Grand was hidden in the back. So you have 2 bounties right up here. So you scan from over here. No one was up to where I could see them my second replay. Gotta come around. There is the Clanturian. So you have 1 Grand and 1 Clanturian that are back here, up on this roof. Odinalar Chol. Odinalar Chol. Wanted dead or alive. Alive for 2,000 credits. Dead 1,000 credits. Clanturian male. Odinamar Chol is his affiliates. His last known location was on Mos Gamos, Tatooine. Brief, subject wanted for multiple cases of starship theft with Guarha Shipyard on Nal Hutta. The originator is Kukul the Hutt. Nal Hutta is actually the planetary system the Hutts initially come from, if that didn't come off as rhetorical. So again, I'm backing up. Just a little, capture him. And we got 2,000 credits for him. Now there's a Grand up here. Lips Meyer, 2,000 credits alive, 1,000 credits dead. Male. Brinkris Ainen is his affiliates. Last known location is Gromas. Ratted out members of the Outlanders organized crime family to the Outland Station Police for credits and immunity. We have a lot of narcs around here, apparently. The originator, Outland Station Sanitary Service, Union Local 233-34, whatever that means to them. But yeah, so I'm gonna send y'all back to the original first play run that I had. So if you look at my bounty, if you were to see my bounty count, it's gonna count as if it was 1 less than we should. But at the end of the video, I will have the this replay scoreboard running because of me coming back and snagging this 10th one that I missed. So I'm gonna send you right back to the previous video. So let's go get the snitch. Seems like there's a lot of snitches around here. We got a lot of snitches in this area. Doing a protocol droid, a guy walking us into an ambush, and then this guy. This is a Narking city. Anyways, we're gonna come on through here, and there's our 2 bounties we marked earlier. Go collect on them. I guess I lost a little bit of my video feed there, but I jet thrusted over and, of course, tied them up and grabbed the Rhodian bounty. I double checked to make sure there wasn't anyone else. I didn't think there was, but it never hurts to double check yourself. Come over here and get the Clanturian that we marked earlier. And we are going to finish off Mary Poppins' friends and clearing up the rooftop here. So, to move forward, we're gonna go jetpack over to that other rooftop that you saw me do jetpack to. We're basically working the map backwards now. There was a bounty here before. I believe it was a grand. If you weren't able to jump up from that lower section the way I did using the steam pipe, now's the time to get them if you didn't get them before. We're gonna go along the steam pipes here and into this tunnel system that our bounty is flying through, our primary bounty. He is really giving us a chase. He must have done something majorly serious to be hauling ass as hard as he is. You must know what's coming for him if I catch him. Just gotta follow where his final speed is, basically. He practically takes us just about pretty much at the beginning of where we started until he kind of takes a reroute here. We're gonna get to see where all this sewage ditches drain off to. He must be trying to tell us something. But that's alright, we got a message for him once we finally get our hands on him. So we're gonna cut through that drill bit, set up the pipes, and there is a bounty just across the way here. This would be our 9th bounty. In my pause menu, it doesn't read that way because in this original play, I was missing that Platoonian earlier on. The one I pointed out to y'all just a while ago. So, this is Magro Slim. Wanted dead or alive, 1,500 credits alive, 750 credits dead. Male, known affiliates as Arba, MEEKO Ginty. So he's part of the MEEKO's crew here. Last known location, Outland Station, Waste Float Canal, which is where we are, and it is disgusting. Brief. Desecrated Lower Spaceport Lavatories. Originator, Rosada Outland Station Administrator. So, that's who we've got here. We gotta go and get our time up and bag them. Cash them in for some Republic credits. The last bounty is gonna be at the very end. You don't necessarily have to waste your time fighting these guys. You can if you want. And you have one or two ways of working your way down the sewage drain. There's a big circle of windows you can fly through, or at the very bottom of each shaft is a little sewage grill tunnel you can cut through and crawl through. So you got two different ways of getting through the three different sewage drainage shafts, whatever you want to call it. Just continue working your way down. The reason why I keep checking bounties here is because in my first run through, I as you saw, I counted 8 for 10 or 8 of 10. I didn't realize about the Platoonian earlier on, the one I pointed out to you guys. just a while ago. So my count is gonna look off to what y'all should have if y'all followed with that edit that I slipped in from my replay. But the reason why I'm checking these bounties in my first play is because I knew I was missing one, and I thought I was hoping he was in this area. I knew there was one at the very end. I knew there was that other one at the very top of the sewage. But I guess I thought there might be another one in between. I was wrong. When I got to the very end, that's when I realized I was going to have to replay to backtrack where I missed that Plutonian. Now you can jet thrust before you get too far down to make it up on that ledge. But if you end up all the way down here, kind of like what we did in the pit fight arena, the gym room, kind of bring yourself back to what we did there. It's a little more extensive though. Ignore that gold feather, because that's actually resonating for the next level we're going to be going to. It has nothing to do with this one. We already got our gold feather for this level. So when you get up to the top, and warning, I'm gonna be switching the video again to my replay account. That way the scoreboard is gonna be accurate to the full bounty counts. I'm gonna switch it after we collect this guy. There's a lot of smoke and stuff from MEEKO reckless driving. He's just adding on to his warrants. Anyways, this is Inc. Arba. Wanted alive for 3,000, dead for 1,500. Species Equalis, male, Magro Slim, MEEKO, Kinti, non-affiliates, obviously. I mean, they're backing them up here. It's Little Minions. Outland Station, last known location. Brief, subject wanted for forced robbery of several spaceport. Yes, Rosada Outland Station Administrator. Now this Equalis may look familiar, may seem familiar. If you recall from A New Hope at the Cantina bar, that guy that wasn't speaking English that apparently didn't like Luke and had to be translated to Luke by that other guy, that was this species. And his buddy never should have stood up for his untranslated opinions. He got his arm cut off. If you ever walk into a bar and Obi-Wan is in there, you might want to step out, because if Obi-Wan steps 1 foot into a bar, someone's walking out with one less limb. But anyways, if you recall, also in the Clone Wars, there was that Admiral Trench guy. I believe he may be a member of this species. As you can see, there's kind of various different biological aspects of them. They're not, between these two guys, they do look a little bit, they have some differences amongst them. Ugnaughts kind of do the same thing too amongst themselves. And of course, Twi'leks, they're like the Skittles of Star Wars. They are subspecies along with Aquala, Quora, and Wallach. We know about Quarans. Of course, those are more aquatic species. Point of origin, their home planet is Endo. So back to the story. So once we have him tagged, we're gonna run out and we're gonna snag him. And like I said, I'm gonna switch over to my replayed video. Okay, so if you saw a little scene jump here, or change up, it's because I reverted back over to my replay. As I pointed out earlier, I had that one bounty that I missed up on that rooftop that was paired up with the Gren. I missed the Plutonian earlier. If I'd gone with my original end level placing, you would be seeing that I only got 9 out of 10 bounties in that one. In my replay, you're gonna see that I got all 10 bounties this time, as well as that gold feather.
I go for my ship.
So this was actually based off my replay. And my time clock would have been much longer than 12 minutes and 28 when I was doing the majority of the walkthrough for you guys. It probably would have extended well over an hour, maybe 2 hours. Anyways, Chapter 1, Dead or Alive, MEEKO, Merchant Row. Time completed. And the majority of what you guys saw was my first play. Like I said, it was much longer than that. Enemies killed, 64 non-enemies killed. Thank you. I was doing my best to avoid that. Enemies killed, the best was 83. That might have been my first run. Obviously, I killed less in my replay. Secondary bounties, I captured a total of 10. There was a total of 10, and I captured all 10, which is the best. And then, of course, we found the secret gold feather. So, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below, and I will see you in Chapter 1, Dead or Alive, MEEKO, Level Docking Bay. Thank you for following, and may the Force be with you.